Hey guys, it's Philip from PR Moves back again with another video. This time, another draft prospect video. Today, we're going to be going over 5 underrated running backs in this draft class. I was going to do a top 10 running back list, but that felt a little counterproductive. Considering that you already know who the top 2 running backs in the class are, it's not much like the quarterbacks where the top 5 could be pretty interchangeable depending on your opinion. But 5 underrated running backs. I switched up kind of the presentation a bit. It's the same style, but it does have different. The pro comp is the same. I now have a round projection and then a role in the offense. I will likely do a top 5 underrated receivers next, and that will probably be Sunday or Monday. But I can't wait to dive into this video. So let's jump right into it. Number 5 is Michael Carter from UNC. Pro comp I have as David Montgomery. He has a round 3 to 5 projection, and he is a likely third down back. Meaning he can come in on third down. He can pretty much do anything on the field. He's not really bad at any aspect of the game. He's underrated partially due to the fact that he's playing behind the third best running back in the class in Puka Williams, who is my running back 3. I'll be sure to put where they are on my scale on the wide receiver video, but you're just gonna have to take my word for it on this one. Michael Carter's my running back 6. I do think if he wasn't playing behind running back 3, he would probably be running back 4 or 5 at best. I think having him at 6 is a little high for some people. But he's a very good running back. There's really not much to take away from Michael Carter. A lot of people already respect his game. He's definitely, I thought he was kind of the layup of this video because a lot of people already know who he is. I do think people are underrating him just because he played behind Puka Williams, and I think he's really going to shock some people as a really good backup. Number 4 is Demetric Felton. Now, I almost didn't put him on this list because he's technically a wide receiver on the NFL.com prospect list, but I think he's a running back. He played almost his entire college career in the backfield, and even though he had top of his team in receiving stats, close to 80% of his receptions were out of the backfield. So my pro comp for him is Jamal Agnew, and if you don't know who that is, he is a receiver running back hybrid for now the Jaguars. He was on the Lions for 2 years. Jamal Agnew. Tyler Ervin on the Packers would be another solid comparison for him. I have him as a 5th or 6th round projection, and he is a receiving back, like I already said. Now, Felton is definitely the best pure pass-catching back in the entire draft. He runs excellent screens, as well as really nice out-of-the-backfield routes. Texas routes, just quick hitch routes. He does them perfectly. And the fact is, he can also do the wide receiver routes. He runs really good slants. He runs really good stop-and-goes. He's quick. He runs in the 4-3s. He's going to be a steal. Whoever gets him, he's going to be a dynamic weapon, both out of the backfield and as likely a motion receiver, which is crazy. I do think if you've seen Bears games where Matt Nagy is the play caller and you see how he lines David Montgomery up as a receiver and then motions him back into the backfield, I think that's something Demetric Felton will be doing a lot, and I really like his game. So Demetric Felton coming in at number 4. Number 3 on my underrated running backs is Kahlil Herbert. Now, I know some people know Kahlil Herbert just because of his time at Virginia Tech, but I don't think enough people are talking about him. He easily has the elite qualities that Travis Etienne and Najee Harris have, and it's just so crazy the amount of people who are putting disrespect on Kahlil Herbert's name. So my pro comp from Jonathan Stewart, I think he'll be a 3rd or 4th round pick, and he's a 3-down back. He can play every single down. I almost put his catching as a weakness, because he drops a few things, but I think he's more like Ronald Jones in Tampa, where when he does catch, he's amazing, but his actual hands aren't anything spectacular because he's not a receiving back. Jonathan Stewart, Mike Davis. I've seen a lot of people comp Mike Davis. He's definitely faster than Mike Davis. So I think Jonathan Stewart is a much better comp for him. Kahlil Herbert at number 3 as out of Virginia Tech. Number 2, a guy most of you have probably never even heard of, is Chris Evans. No, it is not Captain America, but Chris Evans out of Michigan. He's a senior. He is definitely an interesting story. So Chris Evans was the lead back for Michigan in 2018, and then he was reduced to a backup third down back in 2019, and his numbers dipped tremendously. And he was then suspended coming into 2020 this year for an academic purpose, despite the fact he claims that his grades could graduate, like he could graduate. But when he did play, he would have probably been he's running back 14 for me. I do think he could have been running back 8 or 9 if he actually had time to play the past 2 years. They clearly didn't think he fit their offense, but he's definitely someone who could be returning kicks and be a significant backup in the NFL. I could definitely see Chris Evans going and being a backup for someone like Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley as a really good change of pace type guy. He's really good at that. He's going to be a really nice day 3 pick. He's also one of those guys who's really good lining up at the receiving spot, taking screens and stuff like that. Pretty similarly to Demetric Felton, except he's not a receiver. He's more of a just a running back who's good at lining up there and doing it, where Demetric Felton is literally listed as a receiver for some people. But Chris Evans, really solid player. I'm really excited to see if he even makes a roster because of his academic problems. NFL teams might be a little scared of him. I think he's an excellent prospect. I can't wait to see where he goes. Number 1 on the underrated running backs list is Puka Williams. Puka. I have a pro comp to him as DJ Dallas. I've seen some people compare him to Nyheim Hines. Tariq Cohen is another interesting comparison. He's definitely a change of pace third down back. So he was one of the better running backs coming into this year. He didn't have a hot start coming out of the season, and then after 4 games, he was averaging around 70 yards a game. He opted out for the rest of the season to take care of his family, which full respect to him. That's all good and dandy. He's a very efficient outside runner, though. 3,000 yards, 37 touchdowns across his career. He has very good vision. He sees the field well. But I do think, honestly, he could be someone who turns out like Nyheim Hines or Raheem Mostert, where they were a super late draft pick. They had that excellent acceleration and speed, and they turned into a significant starter in the NFL in the right system. If you throw him in a Kyle Shanahan system like in Atlanta or with the Jets, he could honestly thrive. And I think that's something that if they pick him in round 5 or 6, that's going to be an absolute steal for the whatever team picks him. I was going to just say for the Jets. But for any team that picks Puka Williams, it's going to be an absolute steal. He's my running back 7. Some people don't have him in the top 10, which is just ridiculous. He's an excellent, excellent runner, and he's going to have a great NFL career. Now, thank you all for watching. I do really appreciate all of your support over the past few days. We're averaging around 1,000 views a week, which is just incredible. You guys are so great. And I can't wait to keep making content for you guys. Hopefully the wide receiver video will be out tomorrow or Monday. That will be top 5 underrated wide receivers. And I really can't wait to talk to you guys as soon as possible. So I'll talk to you guys later and see ya.